Well, hello there everyone, welcome to the final round of Season 2 of my F1 2012 career mode. I am Lovespuds, and everyone knows this track, it's Brazil. And my objective today is to win the race, so let's see what qualifying time I ended up with. Schumacher is currently in first place. Got to try and beat that time. Well, obviously. But my objective was to only qualify 11th and above after the terrible result I had last time in the US, which was totally not my fault at all. It's just another way for the computer to keep the championship alive, I guess, because Lewis Hamilton is 18 points behind me in the championship. If he wins today's race, I have to finish around about 5th or 6th to be sure of winning the title. I don't know what happens if you end up drawing in points, but I guess it comes down to the positions you finished in over the course of the year. But anyway, laps going well so far. I'm up by about 3/10 in all sectors, well, both the first two sectors. We have to find out where we are when we come across the line. But we need to assert our dominance today in this race. Let's see if we can get at least the top 3 slot. We come across the line with a 1:13.5, 1/10 behind Schumacher. So Schumacher starts on pole, didn't quite make it a 1-2, but Lewis Hamilton is starting in 2nd, and I'm in 3rd, and Jenson Button is behind us in 4th.
It's the final race of the season. Go out there and enjoy it.
Alright, well, need to take Hamilton on the first corner if possible. I'm not exactly fast around this track, so this could be a bit of an interesting race. Gone around the outside, out braking myself, unfortunately, so that's that went horribly. Even going around there wasn't very good either, sort of tangling a little bit with Jenson, and someone hit me behind anyway. Don't know who that was, but Maldonado is up into 5th, and I'm behind 2 McLarens, and Lewis Hamilton has taken the lead, annoyingly enough. So I can't afford to drop too many positions or make too many mistakes today. But this isn't one of my best tracks. I done pretty well on this track in 2011. Whoa, jeez, that was close. Yeah, I done pretty well in 2011. I actually managed to do very well in the wet in that game as well. But in this game, I don't seem to be doing as well, which is kind of strange. But oh well. So at the moment I'm in 3rd. This is good enough to win the championship. But as I am usually slightly slower than the AI on this track, I have to hang on with all I've got, I think. Lewis is starting to pull a gap, as is Schumacher. And I'm under threat from Button as well, who's come up behind. So at the end of lap 1, my position hasn't changed at all. The only change in position so far I can see is Hamilton taking the lead. I think Maldonado moved up as well. I think Mark Webber had a bit of a bad start, which is the norm for him. Make sure there's nothing going on screen, because when I talk about things, something usually happens. But yeah, so it's the end of the season. There will be a few days break between this video and the montage that's going up for this season. I need a few days to work on the montage, and also a few days to start recording Season 3. I've only had 1 practice session so far in Season 3. I won't tell you what car I'm in yet, because it's going to be either a Ferrari or McLaren. I'll save that surprise for the start of Season 3. I don't think I've given it away yet. I mean, I've got a Ferrari contract on offer, but I still need to see if McLaren... Actually, I can't remember if McLaren sent me a contract or not. I said if I get a contract soon from McLaren, then I'll accept that. So, yeah. See how it goes. Of course. DRS has now been enabled, so that means Button could easily get past me at some point as I go wide here, where I shouldn't be going wide. Oh well, at least it's dry, which is the main thing. If it was wet, I would probably lose the championship. But things are pretty stable for now until I fluff it up or something. I assume I will at some point. I recorded this like a couple of weeks ago actually. I think, no, not a couple of weeks ago, last week or something like that. No, I don't have a brilliant memory when it comes to what I've done in games because I'm recording a few various different games for this channel and Atomic Nerd. So I tend to forget what I've been doing in them. So I was just looking at the who's going to fill the second Force India seat alongside Paul Dress this season, and Sport Bild, which is a German sports website, has apparently reported that Adrian Sutil has won the second seat, which is no surprise to anyone, I don't think, really. It's not a surprise to me, considering that they did a seat fitting for him, and as I said in a previous video, you don't just do that on whim. So although Jules Bianchi may have been in contention, or if that was just a load of guff, I don't know. But it very much looks like the Sutil's going to be the one who's competing in the 2013 season. Another funny story that popped up today as well. Red Bull have been criticised by the Advertising Standards Authority for sending competition winners on a VIP trip to Belgian Grand Prix last year, in which two brothers had to share a bed. They stayed in a different country and had to leave the race early, which I thought was hilarious. Obviously not for them, but for Red Bull to cock something up like that is kind of hilarious, considering the amount of money they have. They could have sorted everything out. But the tickets they actually got to the race weren't even VIP anyway, because they weren't allowed to go into the VIP enclosure. You know, that's add insult to injury. And there was no transport arranged for them either, so they had to fly. The tickets they had to do, the air tickets they had to get to fly there, they actually had to land in Cologne in Germany, make their own way over to Belgium, and then they had to leave before the race finished to catch the flight from Brussels. So that was a total disaster. I really feel for those guys, to win a competition and be treated like that. And even the hotel apparently had a spa which didn't exist. So yeah. So Red Bull in a bit of trouble for that, a bit of slap on the wrists.
You're currently matching race pace. Good job.
So that's unfortunate for them.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full race.
Quite frankly, calling it VIP package is definitely wrong. That's for sure. No way would you feel like a VIP if you were treated like that, having to share a double bed with your brother because they weren't booked into a twin room. That's just insulting. But oh well. What else has been going on? Oh, today, Thursday, is the first day of the third and final testing session. I say session, but it's the next few days. They're back at Barcelona as I go off and mess up completely. I'm now down to 5th, which is the absolute minimum in my mind where I need to be, because at the time I was racing I wasn't entirely sure of how many points 5th place was. So I pretty much set the target to finish in 5th, basically. So if I make any more mistakes, I'm stuffed, because Hamilton does look like he's going to go and win the race unless Schumacher does something amazing and takes the lead, which he still could do because he's latched onto the back of him there. He hasn't let him go yet, and I'm sure he's got DRS on him. So there's still a chance that my teammate might actually help me, like they would do in real life. Well, at least you think they would. If I had a teammate like Massa, the way he drove that Brazilian Grand Prix like a pro, oh dear, this is not good. Maybe it's the pressure getting to me. Maybe I'm just like really annoyed that I made that mistake earlier and went off there. And I'm just trying to maybe push it a bit too far. But we're approaching the halfway stage of the race. We've got to go into the pits sometime soon. I can't remember if it's this lap or not because I didn't see the notification. I am terrible sometimes. I should really know what's going on in my videos. No, I'm not coming in this lap. I can tell by the line I took. Ah, there we go. Pit stop this lap. I'm just so glad the tyres aren't being stupid like they were in the last race, because that was absolutely ridiculous. Under threat from Perez now. See, if I make a mistake soon, I'm going to lose so many places with the train I've got behind me. Maldonado's actually taken Button. Button's lost a place to the Williams, so it's nice to see the Williams doing well. Doesn't mean too much for them in the constructors though, because they're about 6th or something. Not as good as they were last year when I was in the team. But oh well. I'm sort of losing a little bit of grip in my tyres. I went around that corner with the tyres squealing a little bit and sort of sliding a tiny bit. So I definitely can't go for another lap, that's for sure, in these tyres. Otherwise I'm going to do something stupid and go off the track like I did earlier. Just fly straight into the pits here. It's a good job there's no penalty for crossing that white line. Let's hope I don't get held up today. It's looking good so far. Ooh, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. 3.8 seconds. It's just about where I was. Button just in front of me there. Let's see if I can take him going around the corner after the straight. I hate coming out this pit exit. It's always a bit dodgy for me. Try not to go across the white line. I think I might be a bit too far off to get past Button now. But now I've got the fresh tyres, I should have enough grip to maybe catch up on them. I don't know what it is about prime tyres, but I seem to do slightly better sometimes on these things. I'm not so hot on the options. Or on some tracks. Don't know why that is, it's kind of strange. But oh well. Maybe I could work that to my advantage if I ever do like 100% races or something. Do like what some people do and be a bit of a tyre conserver and only do like a one stopper or something. But talking about, hang on a minute, I think I'm going to make a move here. Here we go, going to try and go around the outside. At 270 kilometers an hour, got past Button on the main straight. So I should be okay. Should be okay. I should be up to about 4th. Yes, I am. Just need to try and hold this position now because Button will use DRS, and there he goes. Got you past him again. I might be able to make it on the outside here. Ooh, that's good. That'll do. That will do. Going around there. That's not a move I would normally do, but I thought I might as well have an extra place up. With 5th being my minimum finishing position today. Can't believe the championship has gone down to the final race. I know the computer sort of decided to well, cheat, as one guy put in the comments. I forget your name, sorry. Can't remember it off the top of my head. Who said that it seemed like the computer cheated. But yeah. it's looking good so far. I've got 8 more laps to go. 4th position. This place is good enough. Even if Hamilton wins the race, I will still win the championship. Ideally, I'd want to be on the podium. It would be nice. Not that there is a podium celebration. I wish they would add that in 2013. The Parc Ferme sequences are nice, but it's so much more satisfying to see your guy up on the podium. It really would be. I don't even know if a game has actually done that before. If any of you know of a game that has done that, has included podium celebrations, let me know. I'd like to see some gameplay of that. Just see what it looks like, even if it is an old game. But I don't quite understand why they don't do podium celebrations. I mean, is it a sponsor issue? Because even if it was a sponsor issue, I don't see how that could work, because they've got sponsors all around the track here. I mean, you've got Santander bloody everywhere for a start. So I don't know what the problem would be. I would just like to see the podium. Is that so much to ask for, really? But oh well. .2 seconds ahead, Maldonado. So I'm not catching up to Maldonado just yet. Button's going to get DRS again on me, so I'm going to make sure I can defend against him. He's not quite close enough, so that's good. Just got to keep it on track now. But yeah, as I say, there's going to be a few days where I'm not going to be uploading any F1 at all, just so I can work on the montage, as I said. And then once I've done the montage and started recording Season 3, I'll get that up as soon as I can. But in the meantime, it's just going to be a load of Assassin's Creed videos. I know most of you are not interested in that, but at least that's something for me to upload. And then once I finish Assassin's Creed, I'll move on to another game of some sort. But bear in mind, when I put these videos up, I'm not doing it for the views or the money or anything like that. Not that I'm getting much money anyway. But I do it because I love doing it. And even if 1 or 2 people watch my videos, that's fine by me. At least someone's watched and enjoyed. Or at least I hope they enjoy it.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
And here we go. I'm going to switch up to full revs just for a bit. I don't know if I switch it back down again. Obviously I can't keep it running on high rich mix for the rest of the race, because I don't have that many laps in fuel, I don't think. Only about 2 or 3. So obviously I'll keep an eye on that one. What else is going on? Oh yes. Currently faster in Sector 1 than the Williams in front. I have closed the gap ever so slightly, but it's not very much. +1 fuel, so I've got to switch down soon. Hamilton's setting fastest lap for 1:15.5, and I've actually set 10th faster, so I'm not actually that bad in terms of pace. But I'm not consistent. I think that's probably my issue most of the time. And it doesn't look like Schumacher's going to take the lead anytime soon, because he's lost ground on Hamilton. So I don't think I can rely on my teammate to actually take the lead. Which is unfortunate, but if I stay in 4th, that's definitely good enough. Whoa, that corner does catch me out sometimes. Now I've got Button on my tail. Well, he never went away, but he's right on my gearbox now. But yeah. Oh yes, what I was going to say. On the 16th of March, which I believe is Saturday in a couple of weeks' time, there will be no videos for about 6 to 7 days because I'm going to be away on a holiday up north in the Lake District, which for those of you not from the UK is like, I'm at the bottom of the UK on the coast pretty much, and I will be travelling up north just underneath Scotland, so I'll be travelling quite far and I don't think I'll be able to upload anything up there. Unfortunately, buttons got passed and I don't think I've got enough momentum to go around the outside, unfortunately. I knew once I talked about something would happen. Trying to get past him again, but I think I've not got quite the right line to do anything. And now I've messed that up, and Grosjean is actually threatening me. Can Grosjean be the ultimate troll and stop me from winning the championship? That would be something. He hasn't really bothered me all season apart from Japan where I had to catch him up and pass him, but maybe he's looking for revenge for that. As long as he doesn't crash into me, it's fine. I mean, speaking of Grosjean, Lotus team principal Eric Boullier has sort of given a warning that he can't have another season like he did last year, otherwise he's it wasn't actually a proper a threat to his position, but if he ends up doing the same as he did last season, crashing into everyone, then I expect he will be without a drive for 2014. That's if he does well this year anyway. Oh, bloody hell, Grosjean. Get out of it. Side by side going down here. I'm surprised. Oh. Okay, well, we did touch a little bit. That was almost clean. But unfortunately, I'm now in 6th. So I need to do something drastic now. Oh dear! That wasn't good. I see Grosjean's influence is rubbing off on me. Diving down here. Oh no! Whoops. Yeah, that probably would have lost me the championship if it was real world, real rules. That would have probably earned me a penalty. But the game doesn't see it like that, luckily, so I didn't get a penalty. But I've still got to fend him off for the next couple of laps. So this is going to come down to me and Grosjean. Me winning or not winning the championship. Here we go. Let's see if we can do this. This is proper tense. I was really... I think the adrenaline was actually kicking in at this point, because I've got... my pace has fallen off the cliff quite dramatically.
You've moved up to 5th.
I'm starting to get marbles on my tyres as well, going off the racing line in places, which is annoying. I've just got to hold on. I didn't think it would be this much of a task to win the championship in the last race. But I did warn you that I wasn't very fast on this circuit, and that wasn't very good. I braked too early for that bit. But of all people, Grosjean. Bloody Romain Grosjean. Button's already got a 6-second gap lead over me. This is quite frankly terrifying. Just flicked it up to fuel the rich mix. I think just did it for this straight, just to get a bit more acceleration out of it. Got to be careful because my fuel is optimum. I'm starting the last lap now. This lap is the make or break for the championship. Technically, I might be able to still win it if I'm 6th, but that might draw me level on points. So that's why I did those dramatic lunges at Grosjean a couple of laps ago, because I honestly thought if I finished 6th I might not win. So it's not over yet. It's not over yet. I know Grosjean will have another go when I get back onto the main straight. I could lose it on the line. Someone's gone off behind me. Don't quite know why. What happened there, because I didn't hear anything. But here we are, final few corners. Lewis Hamilton has won the race. It's all up to me to finish this race, not mess it up now. Now for the dash for the line, I've got no curves left. Unfortunately, I used it all up for some reason. Grosjean's making a move, getting to the line. He's coming. Move over. Oh, look how close he was. Oh, failed to finish first, but I finished 5th, and that is enough to take the championship. My freaking god, that was a hard season.
That's a solid 5th place and 10 points. Good job.
He was about 7/100ths of a second behind me when they're going across the line. But 10 points is just enough to win the championship. Who knew in Australia it'd come down to this? But I have done it. I've won the Drivers' Championship. I haven't won the Constructors' Championship, unfortunately, because Schumacher didn't have very good luck in some bits of the season. He didn't perform as well as the two McLarens, which seemed to be dominating most of the season. But yeah, there we go. And Maldonado finishing a respectable 3rd. I don't know where Vettel's gone. He's dropped off the radar again. Vettel came back for a few races before, but he's dropped off.
Second in the constructors. It's been a truly memorable season. All that hard work has really paid off. Congratulations.
And there we go. There's the trophy, the PS3 trophy for Drivers' World Championship champion. I've lost for words now. Actually turns out 6th place would have been good enough. I forgot. I didn't realise the gap was 3 points, so that was fine. I think most of you would have worked that out anyway. But 3 points was the difference between me and Hamilton, and I am the world champion. Thank God for that. And of course I'll be moving teams next season. You will just have to wait for the start of Season 3 to find out which team I am going to be in. It could be Ferrari, it could be McLaren. Only I know. So look at the constructors for the last time this season. There we go, McLaren Mercedes 578 points, followed 77 points behind by Mercedes, followed by Ferrari, Lotus, Red Bull, Williams, Sauber, Caterham having a good season. Toro Rosso, Sahara Force India, HRT and Marussia finishing at the back there. Caterham actually managing to score 6 points, outscoring Toro Rosso, who didn't do very well, and Force India, who are literally a backmarker team now. So there we go, there's a celebration sequence in the garage for winning the championship. It's been a great season, a frustrating season at times, but that's the game's fault, not necessarily the car's fault. And there we go. Gonna give you some statistics now. The headlines: Spuds is Formula 1 World Champion. Definitely a tough season. And I will not be sorry to see the back of that Mercedes, unfortunately, because I didn't entirely enjoy the car very much. There you go, there's all my statistics, if you want to have a look at those. And all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for joining me this season. Season 3 coming soon after the montage that's coming up. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.